Hi there, and welcome back to yet another great episode of BroBryceCooks. My name is Bryce L. Tomlinson from NewDepthsMedia.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make the most epic mayonnaise you've ever tasted in your life. I've eaten store-bought mayo my whole life, but really, it's just never been anything exciting, and it hasn't ever really been one of my favorite condiments. It's just there, and it's in everything, so why not make it incredible? Well, that's what we're going to do today. And it's so easy you'll never want that lame junk from the stores ever again. For this recipe, you'll need a hand mixer, also known as an immersion blender, and a 3-cup container to start out with, hopefully one with a lid. For ingredients, you'll need an egg, some Dijon mustard, lemon juice, salt, garlic powder, pepper, white vinegar, and canola oil. You can also use avocado oil. Yummy! Starting with the egg, any regular size will do. And I know people will tell you to separate the yolk, and I'm here to tell you it won't matter here. And if you're gonna get all freaked out about raw eggs, you can just use a 1/4 cup of egg beaters instead, and it'll work just fine. You'll need 2 really heaping tablespoons of Dijon mustard. The popular brand contains very trace amounts of sugar, but there are some far more expensive brands that don't have any. Choose your battles, I say. Low carb for the win. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I'm using white wine vinegar, but you could just use regular vinegar, and it will only reduce the epicness slightly. I like to use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Yes, I'm shamefully using bottled lemon juice. It's still epic. I'm using coarse ground pepper here, and I use just enough to cover the top of the mix, maybe about a tablespoon or so. If you like more or less, you can just pepper it to taste. I sprinkle about a 1/2 teaspoon or so of garlic powder in there, sometimes a whole teaspoon. Here, I'm just giving it a couple of good dashes. Lastly, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Easy, right? Take your blender and lower it into the mix to cover the egg itself. I think that part is pretty important to what comes next, but if you don't get it just perfect, it won't matter. Just think of it as one of those claw games or something if you want. Fill up your container with 3 cups of oil. Here, I'm going to use about 2 cups of organic canola and finish it off with some delicious organic avocado oil. You might just like canola better though. At times, it seems to just thicken better. It's really just a matter of individual taste and textures. Okay, now the fun part. We get to watch nature work. Start out with small pulses on the mixer. Just keep it up until you really start seeing the emulsification start happening. You'll see bubbles of mayo start to float up. It's awesome. Don't get too impatient. It'll just take a couple of minutes, really. Keep up the pulses until you really see the whole bottom around the end of the blender being solid mayo. You can start slowly tilting it and moving it around in circles. Once the bottom is solid, you can start working more steadily with the blender. Move it slowly around in circles around the bottom, and slowly work your way up as the mayo starts making its way up the container. Don't try to race to the top. This doesn't have to be messy, just be patient. Now that you're all the way to the top, you can feel free to start pushing it down and up, pushing the raw oil down into the mixture to get beaten into awesomeness. When you see everything is totally mayo, you're done. Now all that's left is to clean up your blender with a rubber spatula and give it a taste. While this stuff is pretty crazy good right out of the jar, it keeps getting better each day it's in the fridge as a lot of the flavors start to mingle. You can even add a tablespoon or so of your favorite hot sauce if you really want to make your spouse holler. It's good stuff. Thanks for watching. If you love your new mayo, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button up top if you want to see more fabulous redneck cooking videos. If you want to see the previous video, click the top left corner of your screen. For the next one, when it becomes available, it'll be in the top right corner. Thanks again for sticking with me. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.